people need to know precisely what has been going on and how people have suffered, because I know I've been round to doorsteps and they have been suffering. So don't be bashful or shy. You may never have spoken before in front of an audience. It's easy, I can do it. So come up and get involved afterwards. So one more tune from our ukulele band and we'll get ready to move on. Please.
But one thing that makes me really angry is that this is a Tory tax, and half the time we're having to fight the Labour Council in order to beat that tax. So Barnsley was one of the first councils to take people to court for repossession of their homes because they couldn't afford to pay. And we were at the courts every time people were summoned, giving advice and challenging the council. Interestingly, back in January, Barnsley then decided to apply for more DHP money, and they've actually cleared all the arrears from last year of anybody who couldn't pay the bedroom tax during the last financial year. I don't think they would have done that without the protests. I think they'd have carried on with the evictions and the attacks. But I wanted to just mention the fact that this April contains other anniversaries too that we ought to remember as part of our struggle. One is, and we've had the banner as we've gone round, 30 years since the miners' strike, and certainly in Barnsley that's bringing people together to celebrate that struggle, but also talk about how we can learn from that struggle and carry on the fight today. And then the other sad day I want to remind you of, April the 9th I think it was last year, we got the news that our arch enemy Thatcher had died. You might remember the burning of the coffin in Goldthorpe near Barnsley, and there's going to be a rerun of that next Saturday if anybody would like to come down and join in some community action on that. So these are important anniversaries for us, and when I look back at just the last 10 days, I'll limit it to 10 days back from today. It's been a magnificent few days. Wednesday of last week, 10 days ago, was the National Teachers' Strike. I don't know what it was like in Leeds, but in Sheffield there was a huge rally, loads of young teachers, very, very angry, fighting back against the Tory government.
Hold it up. Okay.
No? Well, you've got the information now anyway.
A lot of people are in recovery, like, you know, they've had like mental health issues, issues with, you know, drugs, alcohol, you know, so we actually go to like a support group that supports people, you know, we support one another, you know, depression, long-term mental health problems, alcoholism. I'm here because this has personally affected me with the bedroom tax. And I'm finding it basically impossible to manage. I mean, I have been paying the money, but basically it has crippled me. And the thing is, they should have gone into this before they changed it all, because there is no one-bedroomed houses that I can move into. So I'm just having to struggle on. But we're all here to support one another. So that's what we do. We all help one another if we can.
My name is Andy from the Space Recovery Project here in Leeds. We're nearly 2 years old. We're a project for people in recovery from either alcohol, drugs, or mental health problems, or a combination of any or all of those things. We're here today because the cuts certainly affect the services, drug and alcohol and mental health services, and particularly the bedroom tax is affecting a lot of our members who are in recovery and are being forced sometimes to work inappropriately when they're only just in recovery, and some of our members who are under 35 who are in recovery are being forced into inappropriate accommodation where they have to share with people who are still using either drugs or drinking, and it endangers their own recovery. This is why we're here today. We believe there are lots of people in Leeds who are affected by mental health and drugs and alcohol, and we're here both to promote recovery and to show that we're visible and we're proud to be in recovery. We're not ashamed. We're here. We want to march with the people of Leeds and to say, hands up our homes, stop the cuts, because it is affecting us deeply. Thank you. Thank you very much.
10 days ago was the national teachers' strike. I don't know what it was like in Leeds, but in Sheffield there was a huge rally, loads of young teachers, very, very angry, fighting back against the Tory government. Then last Monday, we actually had 3 lots of activity in Barnsley. First of all, the firefighters were out campaigning against fire cuts to the service locally, and then over 100 of us took a freedom ride on our local train service, because again our Labour Council has taken away the rights of elderly and disabled people to travel free on local trains with their passes. So we took a freedom ride to Meadowhall and had a rally with, by the time we got to Meadowhall, 150 incandescently angry people who vowed that they would do this every single week until we forced them to backtrack. So if any of you are free on Monday morning, get down to Meadowhall for about 10 to 12 and join us at that rally, because again this is harnessing the anger of people. Some of those disabled people also hit by the bedroom tax, finding now financially they're hit because to travel by train they're expected to pay full fare and so on. So we're doing that again this Monday. And following that, we went back to Barnsley, and the probation officers walked out on strike. And we're joined in a rally outside our town hall, of all people, by solicitors, including a barrister in a posh gown, who came and protested against cuts to legal aid. Something is moving out there, and that is our side. It's starting to move. The other thing that's really exciting is the Doncaster Care UK workers, 160 workers privatised out of the health service, care workers and nurses, who have already had 14 days strike action and are coming out again tomorrow after 2 days. And you know, we get told when we have a picket line, we're supposed to only have 6 people. Well, nobody's told these people, because you go to the Care HQ headquarters in Care UK headquarters in Doncaster, and out of 160 strikers, there's 140 or 150 people there protesting. It's absolutely fantastic. So there is a fight back. The bedroom tax is part of it. It's far wider than that, and bringing in loads and loads of people. And just to finish, really, we're told austerity is the only way. The Tories we can expect it from. When Labour says we're going to keep most of the welfare cuts, we'll do away with the bedroom tax because we know how angry people are about that, and I welcome that. But then they say the welfare budget's still got to be cut. We've got an issue there. We've got Labour councils, as I say, doing the Tories' dirty work. What we need to say is the truth is this is a wealthy country. There is plenty of money there. When we have Osborne producing a budget that gives even more to the richest few at the top of society, I hope you're all going to save your £15,000 a year tax-free allowance next year. I hope all you pensioners are going to cash in your pension and buy your Lamborghinis. You know, these are the people who are going to benefit. I was shocked the other week by the Oxford Oxfam survey that pointed out that the 5 wealthiest families in this country own as much wealth as the bottom 20%. That is 5 families with as much wealth as 12.5 million people. How can this be right? How can this be fair? What we need to do is bring together all the struggles, all the campaigners from strikes, from protests, from social groups, from disabled groups. We need to be united because there's a lot more of us than there are of them. And you know the old saying, if we all stick together we can drown the bastards. Thank you.
There's not a chance we'll vote for you. You can argue till your face turns blue. We'll write none of the above in defense of those we love. There's not a chance we'll vote for you. No, no, there's not a chance we'll vote for you. So there.